Israel International, inviting you to join us for Searching the Scriptures on this station every Sunday at 9 a.m. I look forward to searching the Scriptures with you and your family. That's 9 a.m. on Sunday. Check it out, and your life will never be the same in Yeshua's name.
This Saturday night, the back-to-school VAT holiday starts today. Tonight, how shoppers are taking advantage of the tax exemption and getting an early start on much-needed school supplies. Good news tonight from the domestic tourism sector. And in sports, Bahamas Softball Federation national team tryouts get underway. The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, starts now. Good evening, I'm Corval Pyfrom in this weekend for Desmond Saunders. Welcome to the weekend edition. The Department of Inland Revenue designating a value-added tax holiday for school supplies. And with the new school year fast approaching, parents are making their final runs for uniforms and school supplies. But with households having to watch every dollar, retailers say where and when families shopping is making a difference. Starting us off here this weekend, our Shaquille Dames.
With the first day of school getting closer, parents are racing to check off everything on that back-to-school list. But this year, they're not all shopping the same way. Some are searching for the best deals, others are spreading their purchases across different stores. And for many families, even a small saving can go a long way. As the back-to-school rush continues, retailers are getting a closer look at how families are changing the way they spend.
Well, last year was much better than this year because I think most people now have a lot of different stores going to right now. So last year was more better than this year. Yes, of course. That's why persons was waiting so long for this VAT-free, because it's more helpful for them. They have many kids they have to shop for, so it's very helpful for them.
But while some retailers are seeing a more cautious shopping season, others say the VAT savings have created a noticeable surge in demand, with some items moving off the shelves almost as quickly as they can be restocked. Kim Gibson, managing director of Carey's Fabric Store, says the response from customers have been stronger than expected.
I think 10% still goes a long way. So people have waited to save that 10%, especially people with multiple children. So I think it is a savings, yes, and people were looking forward to it. So we've been having to replenish almost like every 30 minutes because you know, the response has been greater than we anticipated. And so, yeah, but we still have a lot of stock. So for anyone who still needs to buy school uniforms, we're here. We're open from 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, and we're just ready to serve you.
As parents prepare for the new school year, the back-to-school VAT holiday offers a chance to truly receive the maximum for the minimum. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Shaquille Dames.
Shaquille, Acting Prime Minister and Education Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, is tonight providing an update on the recruitment exercises for skilled international teachers to fill shortages, including those 300 educators from Ghana. The minister notes his efforts to fill the shortfall are ongoing. Qualified educators in country are also being processed, with some now awaiting confirmation letters.
This is an ongoing process. It's evolving every day. We're issuing letters every day. Yesterday we issued 17. So this is a process. It's a work in progress, as you would imagine, at varying stages, depending on when the applications were made. And of course, the vetting process. We have recruited already numerous Bahamians, graduates, former teachers, retirees who joined our reservist program. We have in the pipeline many teaching education professionals from various countries around the world. We're processing them through the various stages of vetting, including the public service, the police, and NACOB, and we are making good progress.
Well, still on the education front, following calls from President of the Bahamas Educators and Managerial Union, Stephen McPhee, on a litany of outstanding matters, including unpaid promotions and teacher shortages ahead of the 2026 school year, the acting Prime Minister and Education Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper, seems hopeful for open dialogue. The minister says despite challenges, an amicable resolve is expected before September with the BEMU and at least 6 other unions that are attached to the Ministry of Education.
We have an ongoing channel for communications internally with unions and the senior executives. We hope that will be the mode of communication as we move forward. We want ultimately the same thing. We want a progressive education system, and we want our children to get the best quality education. So I'm confident that whatever issues there may be with any of the 7 unions in the education system, that we are going to work until all of those issues are resolved.
A new and unexpected $5 million expense will delay the reopening of the Princess Margaret Hospital's kitchen. Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. the Honorable Michael Darville, says a quantity surveyor discovered a sewerage and drainage problem while doing assessments to determine the cost to repair the hospital's kitchen. The PMH kitchen has been closed for more than 2 years, and officials have aimed to have it reopened by the summer of last year, a deadline long past. The hospital's daily meals are now prepared at the University of the Bahamas' Oaksfield location. The sewerage problem further delays that reopening.
The sewage system at the Princess Margaret Hospital is tied in with the system on Shirley Street. The system at the Princess Margaret Hospital was built in the 50s. It is at end life, and we noticed there were some challenges with it. And so we now have to create another sewer system connecting us into Shirley Street parallel to the existing one, which is not repairable. And so now our focus is on that system, and we had to go back to Cabinet now that we get a better idea what the cost would be to begin now to do this additional work, which will be tied in to the kitchen and also tied in with the renovations that will soon start at the Legacy Ward.
For vendors at the downtown straw market, business depends on a steady flow of visitors through their doors. But that flow was disrupted this morning after a power outage affected downtown Nassau, forcing several vendors to close up shop, making it difficult to operate, with some visitors deciding to leave. One vendor telling our news team the power went out shortly after 8 this morning and was not restored until shortly after 2 in the afternoon, costing business hours of prime daytime trade from cruise ship visitors. And for vendors who depend heavily on that tourist traffic, those hours made a significant difference. Now, today's outage also comes as residents across New Providence have dealt with a number of power disruptions in recent weeks, raising fresh concerns about the reliability of the island's power supply. For straw market vendors, the hope from them is that the power outages don't become another obstacle to doing business and serving the thousands of visitors who pass through that downtown location. There's much more to get to this Saturday evening. When we come back, one hotelier believes that to boosting domestic tourism, a big hurdle must first be overcome. He'll explain that and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, returns.
With the new Duo Pizza from Little Caesars, nobody has to chew. One half loaded with Parmesan, pepperoni, and Italian sausage. The other half topped with veggie seasoning, ham, and green peppers.
Now that's a winning hand.
The Duo Pizza. Double the flavor for only $13 VAT inclusive. Only at Little Caesars Bahamas.
Now available at all 5 of our locations. Little Caesars Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and 1 East Plaza. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza. Here is the Disaster Risk Management Authority's official 2026 emergency shelter listing for the Northwest Bahamas for Abaco, Andros, the Berry Islands, Bimini, Grand Bahama, Eleuthera, and New Providence. The Berry Islands, Church of God of Prophecy, Great Harbor Key, David A. Dean Community Center, Bullocks Harbor. In Bimini, Gateway Gymnasium, Baileytown, Louise McDonald High School, Alistown, Urban Renewal Building, Special Needs Shelter in Alistown. Eleuthera, Wesley Methodist Church Hall, Palmetto Point, Church of the Nazarene, Palmetto Point, the Salvation Army, Palmetto Point, Emily G. Petty Primary School, Governors Harbor, Georgie Johnson Memorial Center, Hatchet Bay, Bahamas Methodist Habitat, Camp Simonet, James Sister, Charles Wesley Methodist Church, Lower Bogue, Mission Church of God, Upper Bogue, The Current Community Center, The Current, Haitian Baptist People Church, The Bluff, Zion Methodist Church, Current Island, New Jerusalem Church in Blackwood, Sir George Roberts Public Library, Harbor Island, Lighthouse Church of God, Harbor Island, New Alliance Church of God, Harbor Island, Wesley Methodist Church, Harbor Island, Church of God of Prophecy, Tarpon Bay, Deep Creek Primary School, Deep Creek, Greencastle Primary School, Greencastle, Whimsy-Spite Primary School and Whimsy-Spite, and the Frederick G. Guild Complex, Rock Sound.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
To some of the other items of the news this Saturday, regattas, homecomings, family reunions, and even funerals. An increasing number of Bahamians make good on any opportunity to visit the family islands. But Bahamas Senior Vice President of Administration and External Relations, Robert Sandy Sands, accepts that local travel still faces a primary hurdle to boost the number of Bahamians vacationing right here at home.
The Bahamas perhaps have been the last to be the beneficiary of what they call visitor friends, relatives marketed. And then places like Jamaica and Puerto Rico have long been the beneficiaries of that. I think for a number of Bahamians, while it's growing, there's no question in my mind that the perception of being an expensive destination still is a deterrent for the levels of Bahamians that travel to a number of family islands in large numbers. But I think the fact that there have been more and more event-driven and festivals-driven type events in multiple family islands is helping to drive that domestic tourism number a little higher than it has been in the past.
A 13-year-old girl attempted to take her own life on Grand Bahama yesterday. Reports are that shortly after 6 in the evening, officers were notified of the incident at a home on Honduras Drive. When police arrived, EMS were attending to the girl who was found going in and out of consciousness in a bathroom. She had a bag of prescription drugs in her possession. The teen was taken to hospital for treatment and evaluation. Investigations there continue. Police are also investigating the alleged suicide attempt of a 19-year-old woman in the Carmichael Road area near Golden Isles Road Friday. Police say they were notified of the incident shortly before 10:30 in the morning by a male who says he had ended his relationship with his girlfriend after an argument, after which she ingested a quantity of prescription drugs and fell unconscious. EMS assessed the woman, who regained consciousness on the scene. She was later taken to hospital for medical attention and an evaluation. A 17-year-old boy is behind bars tonight after the search of a home on Amos Ferguson Street led to the discovery of an illegal firearm. Shortly before noon yesterday, officers executing a search warrant on the home where they found the teen and 3 women. Police say the search was connected to dangerous drugs, firearms, and stolen goods, but nothing was found inside. Officers went to search outside, where a police dog focused its attention on a ficus tree, where police say after searching that area, officers recovered an extended magazine containing a quantity of ammunition. The teen boy was arrested and investigations there continue. 3 men ages 24, 25, and 26 now behind bars after police executing a search warrant on a Grand Bahama home recovered a quantity of suspected marijuana. Police conducted a search on a Scott Street home shortly after 9:40 last night that led to the discovery of suspected hydroponic marijuana in addition to $3,295 in cash. Police say the drugs weighed approximately 1.3 pounds with an estimated street value of about $2,060. Again, investigations continue. Police over on Bimini arresting a 40-year-old woman after the search of her Baileytown home led to the recovery of $3,025 in suspected marijuana-infused gummies. Police say a search warrant was executed on that home shortly after 6:30 Friday evening, during which time officers found 21 packages of suspected marijuana-infused gummies in a leather backpack located in a washroom. 2 brown boxes were also found in a bedroom on the southern side of the home, each containing 50 suspected marijuana-infused gummies. Investigations continue. At the D'Aguilar Art Foundation Gallery on Nassau Street, a new exhibition is challenging stereotypes of masculinity through deeply personal works of art. Desmond Saunders reports.
Manhood is more than an art exhibition. It's a conversation. 4 Bahamian male artists bring 4 very different perspectives to the canvas, using paint, symbolism, and mixed media to explore the complex realities of modern manhood. The exhibition, months in the making, invites visitors to look beyond traditional ideas of masculinity and into the lived experiences of Bahamian men.
We sat around the table and we just talked as regular Bahamian men. We talked about experiences in life that we were facing, our challenges, our weaknesses, our goals, our aspirations, and some of the things that we expressed, we found common ground. We found that a lot of the things we thought we were doing alone, we're all experiencing them the same time in similar ways, and that really informed how the artwork came out.
Mixed media artist Shaquille Colby re-examines masculinity as a habitat shaped by experience, growth, and belonging. Artist Christopher Outen examines grief and loss. Edison Wims reflects on heritage and identity. And Justin Moultrie weaves symbolism into stories of young Bahamian men, their communities, and their faith.
I want to see more men creating artwork and expressing themselves and not putting on a mask.
For me, it's how we were able to have 4 different perspectives, but all find a concise way to have a conversation on the things that we need, the things that would help us to be better men.
The collaboration, the artists say, began not with brushes, but honest conversations, and their hope that these pieces don't just hang on gallery walls, but spark meaningful dialogue.
One of the things that I want people to understand is the layers when it comes to masculinity, you know? It's about understanding who we are as individuals, you know, and accepting who we are, whoever you may be.
And while each artwork tells a different story, they share a common message that true masculinity isn't about wearing a mask. It's about understanding, accepting, and expressing who you really are. Desmond Saunders, The Bahamas Tonight.
Well, tryouts got underway for the National Softball Federation's team. We'll have that story and more when Wayne Wilson joins us with a look at sports right after the break.
Hurricane season is here, and everything your house needs is at We Buy You Sell. Impact windows and doors built with strong frames and reinforced glass to hold if a storm hits. 10 and 16 millimeter galvanized steel are now available. Roofing materials with architectural and asphalt shingles, roof flashing, nails, and so much more, all right here. Solar lights are 50% off while supplies last, and solar power systems are available for pre-order. Stay safe this storm season by visiting us on Robinson Road or WhatsApp 636-8412.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4 get 1 free sale. Pre-monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desk. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back-to-school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back-to-school special. Restrictions apply.
Good evening and welcome to your weekend sports edition. I'm Wayne Wilson, and started off, we got some action swinging off at home with the Bahamas Softball Federation hosting tryouts early today here in Nassau at the Blue Hills Sporting Complex and in Grand Bahama for the under-18 national team. And we did get to hear from national team manager Shane Albury.
Well, we have players located throughout, actually. We just happen to have tryouts in Nassau and Grand Bahama, but we also have a few players that are actually off in school as well, and a few players that are actually living in the United States who are also strong participants who will more than likely be members of the team as well. But obviously we're having the open tryouts because you can always have diamonds in the rough, and then we have 1 or 2 spaces where we also need a few other players. But the bigger picture about it is, you know, we're starting a junior and senior national program where we have quite a number of players in the database, and we're going from 12U and up, where we're going to pretty much start a program that's going to run year-round. We will be taking data, measurements, etc. from players that we will use as part of the selection process.
Shane also tells us about how the team's going to be structured.
Well, you use your strengths. We do have quite a number of players with speed. And with that, we're going to have to mix it up a bit, but we play some short ball, put the bunt down, use your speed to cause havoc on the defense. And then we have some players that can hit the ball long and over the fence. So we're going to pretty much have a well-balanced team. We have a few good pitchers on our team who are throwing the ball extremely well, who have been in several international competitions. So I'm looking forward for us to put on a good show. And when we go to El Salvador. And like I said, it's going to be a litmus test, not having seen a lot of the countries play in years, but I am sure we will be able to compete.
But just this Thursday, the Caribbean Amateur Golf Championship wrapped up, and we got to hear from Bahamas Golf Federation President Linford Miller on the Bahamas finally hosting the CAGC in almost a decade.
It's really exciting to see the CAGC back in the Bahamas. I think we've last hosted 10 years ago, and I don't think the field has been quite as large. We welcome on Bermuda and St. Lucia this year as full members, so we had 89 players in the field this time.
President Miller also tells us what's next for the Bahamas Golf Federation.
Our next event would be we call it the Senior Championships, which is the CGA 4-ball championships. That's being held in Turks and Caicos in October, and we have our trials actually the end of this month.
Switching it up, let's take it to the mat, where this past June, Xavier Johnson claimed gold in the Tahiti Oceania Open. Following this feat, Johnson competed in the Commonwealth Games and the Caribbean and Central Games the past few weeks. Although the young talent didn't medal, he was able to walk away more motivated than ever and with new perspectives.
Honestly, my main objective was to do good at Commonwealth Games. It's always been a goal of mine to do Commonwealth Games, especially when I was younger, seeing how big it was, seeing how popular it was for judo and so forth. And I always wanted to represent Bahamas in the sport and try to achieve a medal at these games, especially at at a decent young age, since it is a senior event. Honestly, this makes me more hungry because I honestly believe I can be one of the best in the world for judo, especially in U21. And it just makes me it just wants me to continue chasing my goals, chasing that junior world medal. That's all I'm envisioning right now. That's all that's going to be in my head for these next couple months, because now that I know what it's like and how it's going to be, it's just going to continue making me even strive even harder, train harder, be more hungry on the mat, be more aggressive, be more fierce to be able to get that junior world medal and hopefully achieve my last goal for this year, to become a junior world medalist.
Johnson also discussed mental health and team support.
Honestly, I feel like for this year, I haven't really had that much of a mental health problem, especially because I'm not cutting as much weight too. So I'm a little bit more happy going into these events because I know I can enjoy a little bit more. I can have a little bit more fun. But on like the fighting aspect and so forth, it like all that's kind of in my head. It's just like I want to make sure I give my best no matter what. Like, because I feel like if I don't give my best, especially if I know I don't give my best, then I'm just going to be I'm going to get mad at myself in my head.
Johnson will resume training in Montreal, Canada, preparing for his next major competition. But that's going to do it for your weekend sports edition. I'm Wayne Wilson, ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, The Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the Bahamas and in Bahamian women. At present, we are unable to prevent breast cancer, but performing screening mammograms can detect breast cancer at its earliest when there are no symptoms and when it is more likely to be treated successfully. All women should have a primary health care provider who is aware of their medical history, family history, and risk factors. Women 40 to 45 years can choose whether to start screening in consultation with their physician. All women 45 to 54 years should have an annual mammogram. Women older than 55 years can have a yearly mammogram or choose to have one every 2 years. Monthly breast self-exams in conjunction with the mammogram can increase the odds of early detection. Be proactive about your health.
And that upbeat music there tells us it's time for a look at our weekend weather forecast. For that, we say good evening to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Hello, Basil.
Good evening, Corporal. Our live weather radar is showing some showers out there. We're picking up an area just to the south of Meg 1. It's moving west and could move across the southern tip of Acklands in a couple of hours. We also have some showers and thunderstorms around the Abacos, East and Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands, and also in North and Central Andes. All of these showers and thunderstorms, they are gliding towards the west, and we should see some clearing as we head into tomorrow. Our forecast tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy with 91 degrees. This is our current conditions with the winds out of the east-southeast at 9 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,018.4 millibars. That is 30.07 inches, and the pressure is steady. Now, your temperatures around the islands, 86 degrees in Marsh, Abaco, and also in Green Key. Freeport at 88 degrees. The Berry Islands, 85. Allenstown, Bimini, 88 degrees. 87 in Harper Island, Roxani, Luther, 89 degrees. Also, Allenstown, Cat Island at 89. Black Point, Exuma, Betsy Bay, Camps Bay, pardon me, South Andros at 92 degrees, and Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 91 degrees there. Picking up some 89s in Georgetown, Exuma, Rumkey, and also in San Salvador. 87 in Ragged Island, Clownstown, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana at 89. 89 in Acklands, Matthew Town, and Agua, 86. And the Turks and Caicos Islands have a temperature of 87 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight through tomorrow in the northwestern islands. Also, wind's going to be southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet, with your low tide taking place at 11:14 tonight. We'll have a second low tide at 11:08 tomorrow morning. For the central islands through Sunday, southeast winds at 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So caution flags are in place for your boaters in the central Bahamas. And for the southeastern islands, the wind's even a little stronger there. East to southeast at 15 to 20 knots. Those choppy seas, they're going to be around 4 to 7 feet. And so, once again, we're asking small craft in the southeast Bahamas to continue to exercise caution. Satellite pictures showing in the tropics. We have a tropical wave near the Leeward Islands. That is moving towards the west between 10 and 15 miles per hour, but no significant development is expected out of that system. There's yet another tropical wave near Hispaniola, and that will be spreading into the southeast Bahamas, a couple of showers during the course of the night as well. Forecast for tonight, partly cloudy, very warm with a passing shower or two possible. Low temperature around 81 degrees. And tomorrow we're looking at breezy in the morning, otherwise partly sunny and hot. 92 degrees is your expected high temperature tomorrow. Extended weather forecast looking like this. Those 90s going to be with us for the next 7 days or so. We'll have a couple more afternoon showers on Monday. Thereafter, lots of sunshine in our weather, so drier conditions are on the way. Those muggy nighttime temperatures will continue to be with us. So it seems, again, once again, you're going to have to just use those air conditioners to keep yourself comfortable. Oh well.
Those air conditions surely will be getting some work in. Thank you, Basil, and thank you for being with us this Saturday evening. That is our broadcast. I'm Corbell Python for Wayne, Basil, and our entire team. You take care. Have a great evening, and we'll see you again right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.
Hey, my favorite viewers, welcome back to another episode of...
Really? She jumped?
I show all my froggy, I show all my centipede, I show all my spider. She jumped. I bet you I want to... You all don't know what we're talking about, but let me start from the beginning. Hey, my favorite viewers, welcome back to another episode of The Drop. I'm your girl, Nika V.
And I'm Pilsy.
And today we have a living musical legend in studio with us today, and I